beautiful beaders, it's Gina from orchidandopal.com, and today I have the October 2019 Curated Bead Box to unbox with you guys. So they are $20 a month shipped to the US. You can find out all the details on their site, which I will leave the link for down below. They also have a generous 35% off coupon code for you guys. If you are a new subscriber, you can get your first box for only $13, which is a great deal. As you can see, they have the picture of what is inside already on the outside of the box, as well as a detailed list. And you can use these codes to go to their sister site, dollarbead.com, and purchase more of any of these items and check out all sorts of other things they have on their site as well. So let's go ahead and get into the box, and we will look closely at each of these items. Alright, so when you open the box, this is what you see. There is a packet here of tissue paper, and all of our contents are inside. And we will open it up and take a little peek. And here we go. We have some gorgeous fall colors. I just love it. So I'm going to set everything aside and we will go through the list. Alright, so we're going to start with our strung beads, and we're going from largest to smallest. So to start, we have these 12mm glass beads. These are all glass, by the way, that you're going to see today, not acrylic. And these are clear with a speckled paint type of effect on the outside and a burnt orange, ranging in a lighter orange all the way to very dark, as you can see right there. These are nice, chunky, substantial beads, and you get an 8-inch string of these. Next, we have this very vibrant pumpkin-y orange strand. These are also 12mm, and these are a fire agate style glass bead, and these are also on an 8-inch string. Very substantial beads as well. Here is a closer look at the holes, and very interesting effect on the outside with this coating. Kind of reminds me of when you blow out a candle and you see the smoke rising in the air like that. This is such a great color for fall. Next up is a strand of 10mm beads. I'm loving these. These are called Cinnamon Sea Beach Style Glass Beads. This is another 8-inch string, and you can see that it has the frosted matte finish type of effect where it's not glossy, and it really does have the effect of sea glass. It's kind of a reddish orange that coordinates very well with our other strands in this theme. Then we have another strand of 10mm beads. These are called the Smoky Quartz Style Glass Beads. You can see if you look closely, they almost look like they have something inside. It gives them the effect that it looks like stone or smoky quartz. The color is certainly very similar, and it's a great neutral tone that would go with a lot of different things. Alright, now we're getting into our 8mm strands, and these strands are all 16 inches long. You get quite a few beads on these. This one is called Red Spot Marble Style Glass, and it's got a mixture of tones of red and also some tones of slate or grayish blue. This is a very pretty cranberry type of color, and I like that they mixed it in with this fall collection, so they didn't just do oranges and browns. We're also getting some of these tones of berry in there as well. Here's a close-up look at our next strand. This is another one of those sea beach style glass beads. These are 8mm in the color brown. And so far I'm very pleased with the coatings and the holes. I don't see any chipping paint or cracked beads or very rough edges around where the holes are, so that's a good sign. This is one of those boxes that I recommend mostly for beaders who are starting out, or maybe as a great gift for someone who is looking to get into beading, because especially with that coupon code, it's such a great deal for $13 to pick up one of these boxes. Next up, we have some 6mm size beads, and these are in the color burnt orange, and they are a crackle glass style. You can see up close the crackle effect that they have inside. This is such a gorgeous shade of orange, and so many beads on this strand to coordinate with some of the other ones in this collection also. Here's another close-up look at a bead from the end of the hole there. And so far they look good. I mean, they're not check glass by any means, but that's why I say these are great, especially for those who are trying to get into beading or have a very limited budget to get a lot of things that coordinate all at once. And here's our last strand. Isn't this pretty? This is called Light Carnelian Style Glass Beads, and these are also in a 6mm size. And these kind of have that same effect as that smoky quartz strand that we saw earlier, where it looks like they have something actually inside side of the glass that makes them look a lot more interesting than just a transparent yellow glass bead. And these have just the slightest hint of orange to them, although they're definitely more of a yellow. All right, so that is it for all of our strands, and now we're going to get into this bag, and this says it contains 15 20mm brown dyed coconut circles. So these would be great for connectors. You could even use multiples of them in one piece of jewelry. You could connect them with jump rings, or you could connect beaded strands to these. These would make a really interesting bracelet. I mean, there's all sorts of possibilities, connectors for earrings. I don't have anything like these. I like the fact that there is a nice variation in the shades. You get some lighter colored ones, some medium colored ones, and even some darker ones. And they actually feel quite nice. They don't feel cheap. They have a great texture, and it's really a lot that you get in that bag to work with. All right, here's our next bag we are going to look at, and this says it contains 4 pendants. They're floral round shell pendants that are 20mm. Let's get a close-up look at that because these look very interesting as well. So I can tell that they definitely are shell beads, and look how beautiful that painted design is on these shells. And as I move them around, you can see the light play from the shell underneath coming through the red especially. Isn't that pretty? And you can see the holes that are right there. They are top drilled. I think these are absolutely gorgeous. And here is a look at the back of that. Love getting fun and unique things like that. That's what really makes pieces more interesting, in my opinion, is when you use interesting components. It just elevates these basic round beads into something more special depending on what you combine them with. Next up, we have this bag of size 6O orange silver lined glass beads. So these would make great spacers. They certainly go well along with our color scheme here. These are not the quality of, say, Toho or Miyuki seed beads by any means. They are going to be irregular, but I use these types of beads all the time. There's nothing wrong with that. I am just pointing these things out so you can make an informed decision when it comes to picking out which boxes are right for you. I like to give you guys a close-up look to let you determine, you know, what is more your style and your budget. These are great for bead stringers, in my opinion, just because there is going to be a little bit more irregularity in the shapes, which again, there's nothing wrong with that. It just makes it a little bit more challenging when you're trying to use something like this in bead weaving, just because they might not fit together exactly perfectly, but they are great for stringing, like I said, and are great for spacers to add little pops of color here and there in your work. And I love how the silver line gives that such a pretty glow. Next up, we have some silver and gold leaf charms. We have 4 of each. These are 10 by 16 millimeters, so it's great that they gave 2 different tones to work with depending on what other types of findings you're going with. And these appear to be the exact same style. It's just the finish that differs on these. So on the back, we have that dotted design there, and then on the front, you can see more of that leaf shape carved out. And these do have a nice shape to them. They're not just flat, they're a little bit wavy, as you can see from the side. And that's everything that we have that was listed on the outside of the box, but they do include a finding starter kit, which I always appreciate again with these boxes. Curated Bead Box typically includes something like this, where you get some bead string wire, you get some elastic cord, you can see there's 2 lever back style earring findings, you get some jump rings, some crimp beads, and we also have a little baggie here that contains 2 gold toned toggle clasps, which is just another reason why I say I do appreciate this box and really recommend it to newbies, especially if you are going more into the bead stringing direction as opposed to the bead weaving. Not saying that you can't use these materials in bead weaving by any means, just trying to give you my opinion and insight on this particular box in comparison to others. So my final thoughts on the October Curated Bead Box is I think this is one of my favorite themes that I've received from them so far, and maybe that's just because I'm a lover of fall, but I do love how they've coordinated all these beautiful autumnal colors, the oranges, tan, carnelian. They even brought in some pops of red. I love these coconut rings. I think that's filled with possibilities right there just looking at these components. The leaf charms are a nice touch as well, and always very practical to include a finding starter pack. So to get a box like this that's already put together with all these coordinating strands of beads and some additional findings shipped right to your door, I think it's definitely a great value, especially if you take advantage of that coupon code. And it's a great way to bulk up your stash of strung round beads in particular like this for a relatively low cost. So like I always say, I'm just here to share with you guys a close-up look on these bead boxes. I'm not here to try to sell you a box, so it's totally up to you. Feel free to leave me a comment below. Let me know if you've ever tried Curated Bead Box, what your thoughts are on this particular box that you've seen today. And if you're interested in seeing some of my past unboxings, I do have a playlist sharing my previous Curated Bead Box shipments here on my channel. So definitely check that out if you're interested in learning more. And like I said, the link for this subscription will be down below, as well as the coupon code to save 35% off. So thank you guys so much for being with me for another fun unboxing. I always appreciate having you here, and I hope this video was helpful for you. So until next time, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and as always, happy beading. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. For more content like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of my latest videos. You can check out the information section below this video for links to all my social media handles, recommended products, and my shop and blog at orchidandopal.com. Thanks for watching.